Hello and welcome everyone. It is Dealer AI Week, a new initiative from Automotive Management. And I'm joined here by Gerard Thatcher, the Chief Executive of Motortech AI. So Motortech AI aims to drive the future of automotive intelligence with solutions that are revolutionizing the way car dealers buy and sell cars and streamlining the end-to-end customer journey. In a sec, we're going to talk about solving the dealer problem of lead management and efficiency. And that's something that Gerard knows well from his background running dealerships. Gerard, thank you for joining me today.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Nice to meet you too. So just on that background, Gerard, tell us a little potted history, I guess, of where you've come from and kind of where you are now.
Right. Well, yeah, 30 years in automotive, sales and retail particularly. Always had a dabble in tech. Always built my own technical solutions. I had a good team of technical developers around me in the automotive retail space that have always helped my businesses. But 2 years ago, with sort of the AI becoming the emerging buzzword and obviously being able to solve a lot of the problems that myself as a dealer was able, or certainly out there looking to try and solve, I founded Motortech AI and Amy, our AI sales layer, to sort of solve a lot of those issues and problems that were not only inevitable, but were coming out, and they were big pain points for me at that time. And I think, I'm joined with a lot of people in the motor industry with those painful issues. So yes, I've got that automotive experience, particularly in retail, and now more recently, this AI tech company called Motortech AI.
Fascinating. Excellent. Brilliant. Thank you for that. So, you'll know well, in my time on AM, dealer bosses have long complained to me that they get enough leads. It's getting them acted upon that's the problem. So how do you think AI tech is going to help that?
Yeah, interesting question. And, I myself, as I mentioned, I'm a dealer. And so I understand too well, the frustration of having that high volume of leads for the sales team to have to manage, first thing in the morning. But also with my Motortech AI hat on, I know exactly how to solve that problem. And it's an interesting question because the problem doesn't actually start with the dealer's frustration. It actually begins higher up the funnel with the customer frustration. And that high volume of leads are actually customers that wanted answers. So when the dealership was closed or too busy to respond. So to fix the problem, you need to give answers to questions for those customers at the time of when they want them, when they're browsing. I mean, we know that 50% of customers are shopping after 6 p.m., for example. And Amy, the sales tool that I mentioned earlier, engages those customers 24/7, filtering out and only driving through fully qualified leads or customers with obviously higher maximum intent. And then that thus solves the inbox problem and also delights customers and improves your sales team's efficiency at the same time. It's a case of quality over quantity, if that makes sense.
Okay. So by doing that, the technology is doing some of the heavy lifting that traditionally in the industry, the busy sales executives struggle to manage.
Yeah, I mean, 75% of leads that are followed up the following morning go nowhere. And that's an incredible statistic, which means that 75% of your sales team's time following up that leads is spent inefficiently. That raises a lot of questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. So as a challenge to, I guess, the kind of progress of technology, motor retail is always described as it's a people business, people selling to people. So should the industry have any concerns around the experience a customer will get from the use of technology?
Great question. And it's a question I get asked a lot. In short, no. Providing the technology or the tool that dealers are using is proven and trusted, and tested in the battlefield, then no, there shouldn't be any problem. But customers actually want information when they want it, and that shouldn't come as any surprise, right? So as long as there's speed, there's accuracy, there's transparency, then the journey is in fact better for a customer. And let's also not forget that there is still this lingering lack of trust around automotive retail in any case. And but we actually at Motortech AI have an overwhelming volume of data demonstrating just how happy customers are to engage and interact with AI, in particular our AI Amy. So yeah, I don't think there's a problem there. That's yeah.
And I guess the process now is so seamless that an end user, the technology has become so slick, the end user won't really realise necessarily. And if they're getting the valuable answers to their questions, that it ticks that box.
Yeah, we make no bones of the fact that Amy is an artificial intelligence. We say that right from the get-go. It's our opening message. I'm an artificial intelligence. I'm here to help you. So there is, at the beginning of the journey, what we've noticed is from customers is there is this initial apprehension until they start to get the information that they need, and they go through this very human-like, seamless journey where they're like, well, this is amazing, right? Because I'm getting answers to information at the time when I want it, and it's getting me to do exactly what I want to do from the comfort of my own sofa without being in a busy showroom or on the phone to a salesperson. I'm getting everything I need. So again, no, I don't think there's a problem with the people needing to deal with people. I think there is a point when handing over the keys is an essential part of the process. Showing customer the final vehicle, and from that trust of parting with a £20,000 check. I think that's important, but who knows? That might also become driven and powered by AI in the future as well. We're entering into a crazy time, right?
Well, absolutely. But the more that technology can do to do the admin aspect as well, the better, sure.
Absolutely.
So when a customer comes to you, a dealer customer comes to you, interested in implementing technology, what are the key elements for a business to successfully implement AI in their sales process?
Understanding and seeing the bigger picture, selecting the right tool for their business, and more importantly, seeing the vision of tomorrow and what this can inevitably look like. That would be sort of the broad overview, I would say. The more important sort of initial information to consider is the data and the accuracy that needs to go in. So potentially processes need to change, admin levels need to improve up a little bit, because the more data and the more accurate that data is, whether it's coming from the DMS or whether it's coming through another API or feed, the better the quality, the outcome the AI is able to deliver. I mean, AI can have absolutely wonderful conversations and it can solve a lot of problems, but if it's empty or it contains inaccurate data, then it's valueless or even potentially damaging. I would also say be prepared to adapt. Again, this is brand new tech. A lot of dealers are just sort of understanding that these problems can be solved and AI can do so much. But if you take into consideration, like our tool, our sales layer called Amy, for example, can effectively carry out the full sales process. What does that mean? Well, if Amy is assisting with customers, helping them find the right vehicles, valuing their part exchange, quoting finance, and taking reservations, you need to be prepared for the fact that the sales team's time is now spent differently. Whereas it used to be doing all of those things, it is no longer doing the majority of those things. So know that they also don't have, those 100 emails in their inbox anymore, because we've solved that problem. So we're in this entirely new era where a sales team's time will be spent very differently and most likely more efficiently in other high value tasks, which I think is really important. So there is this inevitable change, but it's about being prepared for that and seeing beyond it. And don't be frightened of it. That's important. Like a lot of people are going, well, that means salespeople are now unemployed. No, that's not the point here. We're driving high value, high quality intent leads coming through, which means better time is spent nurturing the customers that actually need that nurture, that actually need that attention. And there's also more time to spend social media or photography or whatever it might be. It's about efficiency.
Yeah, you kind of, my follow-up question to that was going to be, what are those kind of high value activities? But you kind of elaborated there.
Yeah, customer service, social media activities, whatever it might be, depending on the size of your business and your operation. But making sure the right customers get the right level of service, I think, is important, because again, if you've got 100 leads in your inbox, how do you know which ones of those actually need the highest amounts of attention? How do you prioritize that? That's where Amy and other AI tools potentially are able to indicate that very, very obviously. And so maximizing the efficiency and the quality of the client outcome.
And a massive benefit to the business. Fantastic.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, important to note. I've actually had Amy in my business for coming up about 18 months now, and operational efficiency is just through the roof. The level of training that the sales team need is less, because obviously the AI is doing more. So it's saved me in a variety of different ways. I've not necessarily shrunk my team, but I as a business am operating significantly more efficiently than I was prior.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time, Jared, but some fascinating food for thought there. Thank you ever so much for sharing your expertise. Viewers, thank you for watching. There's plenty more content for Dealer AI Week on AM Online this week, so please take a look at that, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.